Hey guys, welcome to another Fusion 360 tips and tricks. So in this tips and tricks, we're going to be talking about just how your parts are laid out. So basically, make sure that you have your parts are as simple as you need in order to build it. In this case here, I have an ADS-B project from my intermediate Fusion 360 course, which I'm uploading as we speak here to the course to bring the course up to 20 plus hours of content. And so this is going to be featured inside the course towards the end of the course, more advanced project. But in here, I have basically a let me go ahead and move this top plate. I have a Raspberry Pi, I think it's Raspberry Pi 3B in here. And it is very complex, as you can see. So you have all the capacitors and all the resistors, and then the CPU, GPU, etc., and then all the connectors and all the pins on the connectors, and everything is on here, and then the header board here and all the pins on the header board. Now if you notice, and I'm panning around a little bit, obviously this video is in 30 frames per second, but you'll notice that here it's pretty smooth, but on something, if you have a lower hardware, for example, this is a i5 9600K, and then I think it's 9600 or 10 or the 10 series i5 unlocked, and then also this guy is now running a 3070 RTX. So it's a pretty high-end computer, right? And so if I was using this on, for example, my personal laptop, which is a Surface Book 1, which has a 965M, this would get pretty obliterated. That laptop would get obliterated by this Raspberry Pi. Same thing as my old graphics card, which was a 1060, right? GTX 1060, 3 GB, not the 6 GB version, but the 3 GB version. This would have caused a lot of performance issues, right? And you can see the difference between these two. So this is one that I found on GrabCAD, which GrabCAD's a great place to go for on their library, create account, download parts, and very, very detailed. So if I needed to go and use referencing this, I can do so. But you can see the difference between this PCB and this PCB. So this PCB is one that I copied off of something I have on hand. And you can see how simple this guy is. So have things be, if you have a low powered computer, or you have a very, very large assembly. So for example, even on this computer, if this Raspberry Pi was in a assembly on this computer in Fusion that had thousands of parts, this Raspberry Pi would cause issues, right? For performance and being able to dolly around and being able to create sketches and move the views very quickly and smoothly, and to be able to view your parts in a timely manner, it would drastically decrease the performance. So something like this and this is a huge difference, right? If you have a low power computer. So only have the complexity be what is required in order to design and constrain and joint and reference and all that kind of stuff. Also, hide whatever you don't need. So if you have something as complex as this, even though your performance may be way low at the beginning, if you have a low powered laptop or a computer or whatever, hide some of these things. So I can go in here into the base plate assembly and then look at that Raspberry Pi, which is right here. And I can go, and this has massive amounts of bodies. I think this guy has like 100 or something, maybe more than 100. I think it's, you can see how many bodies this Raspberry Pi has. It has almost 800 bodies, right? And so you go in here and hide what you don't need, or you can hide all, right? You can go in here and hide all of them, right? So I could click here and then shift click on the bottom and then hide, and then only show the ones that I need, right? And that will drastically increase the performance. Or I can create a copy of this that's more like this and just is super basic, and then I don't have to worry about, hey, I'm missing a body, I need to go back and find it. I'm going to model up just some of these in a simplified version. For example, this is my USB as a simplified version, and this is the USB as like the production CAD version, right? So it'll drastically increase your performance on on low-powered laptops or desktops or anything like that, or even really, really old and dated laptops and desktops. Only show what you need, and have your models be as simple as needed in order to do their design purpose. Now, of course, if I was doing some sort of rendering, right, and a production or like a prototype picture that I was going to advertise off of, this is very good looking, and I would make this guy look similar to this guy in order to bring up the production value. But as far as the design, this one and this one are just as adequate, right? This one has the bare minimum features that I need. This one has way more features than I'm ever going to need, right? Anyways, so that's it. So I mentioned at the beginning, I'm a Udemy teacher for Fusion. I have a beginning Fusion 360 course, which is to learn how to do to get started with Fusion 360. And then this ADS-B project is from my intermediate Fusion 360 course, which I'm uploading all of this content, which is another 6 hours of content, to the channel, to the class right now. You can check out those two classes in the description, and I will see you guys in the class or in the next tips and tricks video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Later.